Amama masi ugwa nari atu egwu ojin majideji aka na bajigwe opu tara parofe ozo na kponwa ono n'ụlọ eje agha ugwu nyiri onye ọsọ agbakuru ezuru ike mgbọm na-eji eje agha katapila na-akpụ ụzọ nna nke ụwa niile ịdị mma nara otuto anyị jiri bịa n'ihi na o ruru gị.
Everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, wherever you might be watching from. I am Oko Emmanuel Nyekukula Randibo, and I am broadcasting from Enugu. Where are you watching from? Right at the comment section. Now, those of us in Europe, those in Africa, those in Oceania, those in North and South of America. Where are you watching from? Right at the comment section. And we've continued to talk about kidney concerns, and we stated it categorically clear that we've raised over 500 million naira this year, 2022. Directly to accounts of kidney patients, and we cannot continue to do that. And they say prevention is always better than cure. A lot of us are having kidney concerns, and we do not know because we've not had critical situations or circumstances that could warrant that examination. And a lot of us, we are protesting. A lot of us are saying that it is time to get our medical experts involved. At least we that are donating money should be safe as well. So the hunter wouldn't be the hunted. And it is in order. In as much as it is difficult to get a medical expert due to the reality, the fact that all of them are moving to diaspora where they will be handsomely paid for their sacrifices, for the work they do for humanity. It is obvious that the health workers in Nigeria are poorly paid. I managed to pull one of them, a fair young man from Enugu State. I don't know. In fact, I don't know if it's from Enugu, but I'm sure he works in Enugu State. He's going to do the introduction himself in the next 5 minutes. But before that happens, I need you to host a watch party. Copy the link to your friends on Twitter, on Instagram, on Messenger. Tag your friends. Tag everybody. The sick, the healthy, the poor, the rich. Kidney failure concern doesn't care whether you are rich or poor, whether you are powerful, whether you are a novice, whether you are learned, educated, whether you are the timbers and calibers, whether you are a governor, senator, it doesn't care, and it is a menace to the society. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know what kidney failure is. I can assure you, being somebody who raises funds for people, there are over 1,000 cases of kidney in Igbo land. And those of us who follow me since 2020, who've raised money for a lot of kidney patients that didn't survive. Those who survived the operation, their lives are miserable, and kidney concerns are very expensive. If there is a kidney issue, you need up to 20 million or more. The likes of Adibo Dream FM, the likes of Love Nora in Imo State, the likes of Uzo Onwebu, may he so rest in peace. The likes of our brother, a former banker, former staff of UBA, who is currently on Zenith Kidney Kidney Center in Abuja. And of course, we must not forget Shola. Shola is one of us, and Shola is in the mortuary. Still, it was due to kidney, and may he so rest in peace. So please, continue to share. It is going to cost you only 2 seconds to share. It is going to also cost you about 5 seconds to host a watch party. Copy link to your friends on Twitter, Messenger, and of course on WhatsApp. I'm going to call on the doctor to come and take the steering. If this happens to be a traveling issue, or why are you not married, or to put the government in check, or elected officials in check, why we don't have good schools, why we don't have good roads, why people are suffering, why nothing is improving. I'm going to be the host. I'm going to pilot the affairs from the sea, from the air, and of course from the land. But we are talking about medicine. We are talking about well-being. We are talking about health. I need this broadcast as well. I need to listen. I have diabetes, I have high BP. They say my chance of having kidney concern is high, according to some experts. And I'm hoping that the expert here today, his CV is massive and he's going to tell you when he comes. Doctor, please, come and take from me. I'll stand by his side. If I want to ask questions, I'll do that.
Hello, everyone. Good day, everyone. It's good to be here. I am Dr. Chuka Obieno, a public health physician in University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, and I'm so happy to be here with you today to discuss this very important issue that we need to put our efforts to make sure people are enlightened and people know what to do exactly. It is a very, very important thing that we shouldn't take for granted. It does not recognize age. You can't say maybe because you're young or because you're old or because you're a male or because you're a female. It does not also recognize gender. It does not recognize race. Maybe you're black, you're white, like myself, or...
Doctor, before you go, where are you from? Tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them where
So
you're
I'm from Anambra State, Nnewi precisely. I'm a Nigerian here, and it's wonderful to be here with you to discuss about kidney prevention and every other modes and things we can do to stay healthy and to stay away from kidney problems in totality. So I'll be ready to start once you're ready. Please, let's share this. Good evening, Dr. Chuka. Yes, good evening to you too, Preska, and the rest of you. Fortune, Onyinye, Igwe, Precious. I see all of you. Arinze, and each and every one of you. I see you all. Wonderful to see you. So we'll kick off immediately. Let's start up immediately because there's so much to discuss. There's so much. I wouldn't bore you with all the medical jargons. I'll go straight to the point. I'll speak English that you can understand, and I won't use medical terminologies. I'll try to break it down to the ABC so you can understand it. See, the kidney is a very important organ, and you have to do your best to protect it. First of all, most of the things we have and the problems we have with kidney problems are problems we do to ourselves. So I'm going to divide it into 3 steps, what you can do. First of all is what can you do and what do you have? And finally, I'll say what else can you do? So what can you do, first of all, is let's start with common things first. Common thing for kidney prevention or kidney disease prevention is being physically active, okay? If you are physically active, there are chances that you would be keeping your kidneys working more appropriately, okay? So when I mean physical active, I'm not trying to say that you just have to shake your body. No, it's like having physical exercises, aerobic exercises, anaerobic exercises, more of the aerobic exercises, walking around your neighborhood, taking long walks, jogging if you can, and maybe any form of aerobic exercises in the room, multiple exercises, using gym instructors or non-gym instructors or YouTube channels, anything that can make you sweat and anything that can make you breathe faster in a space of 30 minutes is good for you.
Okay, doctor, let me come in.
Yes.
I think we need to start from here. What is kidney failure and how bad is it? What is kidney failure? Because some of us don't know.
Basically, there are stages. Before we can talk about kidney failure, there are stages of kidney damage, and there are ranges we use to measure it. And this is going medical, okay? So the kidney won't just shut down immediately. It comes in different stages, and we can find out using your serum electrolyte, urea, and creatinine investigation. We find out the level of creatinine you have. These are measures we use to check what stage of damage has your kidney been. So if you go past the 3rd stage, that means you're heading towards a kidney failure.
Doctor, what and what can cause kidney concern?
Oh, so many things can cause kidney concern. First of all, pre-existing conditions like if you're uncontrolled hypertension, okay, uncontrolled diabetes mellitus, uncontrolled, meaning if you control it, you're good. So that's why I didn't say diabetes mellitus. No,
Uncontrolled.
uncontrolled, meaning you have not controlled your sugar levels, you have not controlled your blood pressure levels. They can have negative effects on your kidney long term, and predispose you to having kidney problem or damage in the long run. Another big problem that we have, especially in Africa, is uncontrolled use of painkillers. When you use medications not prescribed by your doctor, when you have moved on to continue using those medications after the duration the doctor has prescribed it for. Sometimes the doctor prescribed it for 3 days or for a day or two, but because you're having that pain and you know the doctor prescribed this when you had pain before, you go on your own and get this medication and continue taking it. See, you're causing a lot of harm to yourself.
Painkiller is a problem.
Not necessarily that it's painkillers, anti-inflammatories actually. I just use the broad name. It's not just painkillers. There are also some other medications that will predispose you to a lot of kidney damage. So I want to say medications in general. So let's not just limit them to painkillers. Any medication not prescribed by your doctor and you are using it, you are most likely or predisposing yourself to the likelihood of having in long term kidney problems. You understand that? Okay? So it doesn't mean that you're going to have kidney problems, but you're predisposing yourself to the
another
risk.
question.
Yeah.
I've been a humanitarian for a very long time.
Yes.
6 to 10 years ago, you rarely, maybe in 1 year, you hear one case of kidney cancer.
Yes.
Every day I wake up, I hear up to 30 cases. What is happening now that is not happening before? Are we eating something we shouldn't be eating? Or are we adamant about something?
Thank you so much. Thinking of the times, I can tell you that it's because of what we have been discussing since all the risk factors. I think the stress levels have increased because stress is another important factor apart from predisposed most of these underlying conditions like I've mentioned. Stress also has some degree of effect on our kidneys when you have too much stress. And I think right now, within the past few years, I can say we've gone through a different level of hardship for some people, and not just hardship based on mental, it's also physical, it's financial, and all those hardship have something on your quality of life, okay? And when it brings down your quality of life, it's going to bring down your nutrition. That means you're not going to be eating right, you're not going to be exercising right, you're going to have physical stress, then you're going to be taking a lot of medication for the physical stress, and that may predispose you to kidney problem. You see the cycle. And not getting properly hydrated. There are so many conditions. So we can take it one after the other. First of all, like I say, not getting proper hydration. You're not drinking enough fluid. You're not drinking enough water within the days. 2, you're taking too much alcohol. Are you taking too much alcohol? More than the required amount of alcohol consumption per day, depending. You should avoid it as much as possible. Are you smoking? Your lifestyle, what's your lifestyle like? Are you exposing yourself to tobacco? Now, smoking tobacco is not just about who is smoking. If you are around someone who is smoking, you're also predisposing yourself to tobacco, okay? So basically, it's not just about I don't smoke, but are you hanging around people who smoke, and are you spending quality time with them while they are smoking? So you're predisposing yourself to some form of damage. 3, lack of physical exercise. 4, increased stress levels. Okay, then 5, underlying diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and many others. Okay, so there are so many other causes. There are so many other causes. You know, in medicine, there are some things we call idiopathic, meaning we have not discovered how this came about. You know, we're still discovering it. God is a wonderful being, and every day we get surprised by something new. Okay.
All right, doctor. Before we go to how bad the kidney concerns are.
Yes.
I want you to talk a little more on hardship.
Yes.
Or suffering, stress.
Yes.
How they could possibly trigger kidney cases.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for that question because that is the underlying problem. First of all, it starts mental. Okay, when your mental health is deranged in a little bit, maybe because you're stressed or maybe because you are confused about what to do, lack of finance, and this predisposes you to a lot of stress and strain on your brain. What happens is that it begins to affect your whole lifestyle. Maybe with depression, you stop being physically active You stay more at home, you stay more in your bed, you become more restrictive, you're not exposing yourself to friends, you're not laughing enough, you're not exercising enough, okay, you're being depressed, you're withdrawn from the economy, maybe because you lack funds, maybe because you're not meeting up with friends, maybe you're not meeting up with responsibilities in the home, maybe because many people lost their job and there are no new jobs, maybe because of the COVID, just before the COVID where we shut down our economy and many people didn't have what to eat and many people couldn't raise money, people who work per day, people who get their finances every day, couldn't raise a lot of money, ran themselves into some debt. Now they are trying to pay off those debts at the same time trying to make a living. You see that all those stress, people won't prioritize their diet. Now, before you may have been spending maybe 50,000 to 20,000 naira a day per month, a month for your upkeep. But because of the stress levels and because of all the backlog of expenses you have, now you are trying to prioritize 30 to 20,000. Now you have reduced that quality of amount of money you're going to spend on your nutrition. You see, you're going to reduce the quality of fruits and vegetables you are going to receive. You may not even receive any. You may stick to starchy food. You may reduce more fruit intake because now fruits are very expensive. I went to buy my oranges and the rest of them the other day, and they were quite very expensive for the common man. So I believe that maybe people are withdrawing from eating healthy because they cannot afford it anymore. And so these are things that we need to diversify and increase more opportunities for ourselves to make more money that will help us earn a living. So we need to diversify. We need to find other substitute funding for ourselves and our careers.
The money is not there, doctor.
Yes.
The country is very, very difficult. And
yes,
I
very
want you
difficult.
to tell our people, they need to understand it.
Yeah.
How bad is kidney failure? If there is a news that your kidney failed, how bad? And recently, a lot of people who raise money for even the whole family members, no match. The money is there, but there is nobody to give them. So I need you to hammer on how bad it is. So our people will be very critical of their kidney.
Well, the truth of the matter is, first of all, you need to protect your kidneys, and you know God gave you to. You need to protect it with all due diligence because, first of all, it is the procedure of getting a new kidney or the procedure of going through any form of dialysis or the procedure of going to a renal unit is kind of, I'll tell you the gospel truth, is very, 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 very complicated for you. You know, in terms of your time, in terms of the hours spent in the hospital, in terms of your relatives and the amount they'll be spending per day for you to get dialysis, for you to get that transplant, you know, and getting the right match for you, and not only it, continuing on dialysis until you get the right match. And dialysis is not so simple and it's not so cheap as well. So you see, having this as an everyday thing, it can run you down. It can bring you down from this level to this level within a couple of weeks. Okay, you see, people can save for 10 years and you have this condition within 1 week, all your 10 years service is gone. Okay, so this is number one thing that brings someone from level A to level Z. So you don't want that for anyone. And that's why collaborative financing is good. Collaborative financing is having a group of people who can come together and support one person to get adequate medical care, just like the health insurance, just like what we're doing right here, soliciting and advising the people to do the right thing and also provide them with the right source of medical care as well.
What are we going to do? We have over 1,000 cases in Igbo land. And I want to ask before that, do we have a place or hospital in Enugu where somebody can actually go for kidney transplant, apart from dialysis? Must it be in Abuja? Do we have such facility in Enugu?
One of the good things I could say in Enugu is this, that we have the expertise in Enugu, but the problem is, do we have funding, regular funding to keep this expertise in Enugu? What do I mean by regular funding? If we don't have patients who are adequately using our centers to get this transplant done, you see, you don't get funding, you don't get investment for us to now provide the basic needs for these facilities to stand strong. So let me put it this way. If I, Dr. Chuka, put up a facility for kidney transplant and I'm paying my nurses and my doctors, you know, it's going to be very expensive, and put up that equipment and there is no patient. With time, that facility is going to shut down because I have to pay my doctors, pay my nurses, pay rent, pay for power.
And these are not normal
And,
doctors.
and these are not normal doctors. So you see, when everyone goes out there in the long run, 3 months, 4 months down the line, we have to diversify. So we shut down. So the truth of the matter is funding. So investment funding, if we can get some form of investment and funding and put these things here in Enugu State, yes, we can sustain it because we have the expertise in the teaching hospitals, in Parkland, in UNTH, and all over Enugu.
I think they have the patients are all over Enugu, but the funding is not there.
The funding is not there. Yes,
so
the funding is the problem.
Is the problem.
Yes, the funding is
And
the
doctor,
problem.
in general, what do we do? It's too much. From a professional point of view, how do we solve this? Because the whole heat is coming at me
Yes.
every day, about 30 kidney patients.
Yes,
And some people are saying that in the olden days, we
Yeah.
eat natural food.
natural food,
And
fruits,
today everything
and
is
vegetables, synthetic. and-
yes, everything is being imported.
yeah.
Does the type of food we eat contribute to this menace? It's becoming too much.
Well, yes, the kind of diets we have also play a significant role. Studies have shown that our diet, if not adequate, if not balanced enough, could predispose you with some other co-founding factors. So it's not diet alone. Diet with co-founding factors. I'll give you an example of what I mean by co-founding factors. Is your diet can predispose you to hypertension, okay, or diabetes. Now predispose you to that. Then when your diet has predisposed you to these diseases now, and you now have these diseases long term, now these diseases can now predispose you to kidney problem. So it's a whole cycle, okay? So it's not like the diet will go straight to kidney problem. It will predispose you to have other diseases that in the long run can predispose you to having kidney damage in the long run.
You know, I want to ask. I went to Zenith Kidney Center in Abuja.
Yes.
I saw babies with kidney issue.
Yes.
What could cause kidney failure or damage for a little baby?
You see, that's why I say that no age is restricted. See, the kidney plays a very important role in our body, which is to extract waste, to balance the fluids we take and every other thing. And when this function is failed, or we overburden the kidney with medications, or with infection, or with maybe some of other conditions, our kidneys could shut down irrespective of age. So the truth of the matter is each and every one of us has this responsibility of trying to protect ourselves and protect our neighbor beside us in terms of kidney problems.
And you are preaching that we must take exercise
Yes.
very serious. What
Yes.
role could exercise play in keeping us safe?
Exercise will do so many roles. The truth of the matter is people don't understand that, first of all, what exercise does for you is to open up your blood vessels, increase your circulation. And now when your circulation is increased, you have adequate blood supply to the kidneys. What the hypertension does is to constrict and restrict blood supply to the kidneys, you see. But when you have exercise, when you're exercising frequently, you increase blood supply to the kidneys and help it to do its function and function better. And not only that, exercise improves your mood and helps you get out from depression. So when you're exercising, you're more likely to improve your mood. And when your mood is improved, you're more likely to leave your house, mix up, hustle, look for another trade, look for another thing to do, be more cooperative with people, share your problems with other people, and solutions can be gotten. Because one of the biggest problems we have is people don't share their problem with people. Then when it becomes late, then we can't really do much. But if you shared your problem early and we caught you at stage 1, there's a lot of remedy where we can give you lifestyle modification and you will survive kidney damage. At your stage 1, at your stage 2, you can survive it. But from stage 3 now, you are now heading into CKD. And now we have to start managing you, checking if you're due for dialysis, checking if how much damage is done to the kidneys. And sometimes they are irreversible. But at stage 1, stage 2, they may be more likely reversible, because it's just we have to change your lifestyle and make sure your creatinine levels or urea levels don't go above a certain.
All right, doctor, I can assure you now. Yes. One point I've taken from this conversation is that hardship, maybe not directly but indirectly, result to this kidney concern. Because I've been in cases where people are sick, they don't go to the hospital because they don't have money. It's hardship.
Yes.
And the only time you go to the hospital is when it's worse.
When it's worse, you can't do anything more.
And you start shouting, and your neighbors will carry you to the hospital. And after test, it could be that you have been having a kidney issue for 2 years.
Yes.
And most of the people who are raising money for it already late. 8. Let's go to stage 3, which is a bad part of it. You are in stage 3, they require 30 million, and you found a donor. What is your chance of surviving? Some people will say that you'll not actually survive, that the operation or the transplant is to prolong your living. I want you to talk us through. I want you to put fear in people so they will take it very serious. I can understand some people don't want to hear the bad news, but it's better to break the news than to pamper people, and then in the end they'll be in big trouble.
I'm sorry, as a doctor, I'm a bringer of hope. I can't put fear on people.
Because there are many people calling, get a doctor. Every time.
I'm a bringer of hope.
Doctor, let me tell you, in this year, also mechanic kidney.
Yes.
Now to go more than 400 million naira.
Yes.
We cannot continue to do that.
The truth of the matter is this: it is as bad as it's said to be, but at the same time, we can't say 100% God is the greatest. God is the greatest. At the same time, you need to do the right thing. You need to report early. We need to start early. And when it's end stage and we're looking for a transplant, we have the best medical expertise to try and keep you at the best balanced healthcare and health experience for your life, to give you a better quality of life and prolong your life as much as possible. But that notwithstanding, we cannot 100% ascertain the outcome as humans that we are. We can't 100% ascertain the success rate. We can't 100% ascertain that. And what we hope on is to do everything in our power to give you a greater and a better quality of life while you're still with us, and give you all the hope you need to survive. And that's where I can say that.
All right, doctor. And again, there's this argument going to India and doing it here.
Yes.
A lot of people, they say they survived in India. They did it here. It didn't work. Can you try to compare? I need it to be honest enough.
Yeah, well, the truth of the matter is this. Medical tourism is 100% wonderful, but at the same time, we have facilities here where we can also hold these medical procedures here in Nigeria with all the expertise all over the world. The Indians also come to Nigeria to have these surgeries done. Also, we also take people down there. But the truth of the matter is, we need to build on our health insurance and make sure we have this adequate health insurance for all, health for all. And we need to also start increasing our funding for health, not just basically out-of-pocket expenditure. Maybe the government increasing the money we pay for healthcare budget, okay, so that we can have adequate financing for healthcare. And when we have adequate financing, we can attract any expertise, where it's Germany, whether it's America, UK, Canada, whether it's India, Pakistan. The best medical hands will come to Africa, will come to Nigeria, because we have improved our medical funding, we have improved our funding, and you can get the best of international standard here in Nigeria. All we need to do is to increase funding for healthcare in Nigeria.
All right, doctor, talking about insurance, how does it work? Because sometimes they say you insure something and then you have issues, they don't do the things they should do.
Yeah.
Do you have any medical insurance company that if you pay, they will cover you for a whole period?
Oh, yes. The Nigerian health insurance scheme has been on since 1999, and they have been passed in then by Olusegun Obasanjo in 2008, and has been functional up to today. Professor Sambo is doing a wonderful job in the NHIS. They have modernized and reviewed the NHIS. Now it's no more NHIS, we call it NHIA, the National Health Insurance Agency. And you can see they have added a lot of benefit to it. And it is wonderful, it's robust. It's something we need to key into, because the more coverage we have, the more financial pool we have. And the more financial pool we have, the more diseases we can cover. But the truth of the matter, people actually think it's not working. It is working.
I think as well.
And many people are cashing out. Many people are being treated
let's break it down, doctor.
Yes.
You are going to professional now.
Yes.
Medical insurance for
Yes.
1 year, how much do I pay?
As low as 15,000 naira a year can fetch you health insurance. But now I can say there are other private insurance plans. There are so many health insurance companies accredited by the Nigerian Health Insurance Agency, NHIA. There are more than 70 private health insurance companies. Yes.
If I pay, let's say 50,000 naira per year health insurance,
yes,
and God forbid, I have a kidney concern, are they going to cover me?
Well, they can treat your kidney disease up to a certain level of coverage.
That is what we want to know.
Up to a certain level of coverage. but it cannot take because 50. You know, there are different grades of health insurance. Now, on the Nigerian health insurance scheme is a topic for another day to talk about whether it covers kidney diseases at what level. I know it covers up to dialysis, 6 sessions of dialysis, 6 sessions under the NHIS or NHIA. Okay, so if you have kidney problems, you're treated and you can get dialysis up to 6 sessions. But beyond that, what next? The only way out is for more people to join it and increase the pooling. But in private health insurance, which is another arm of health insurance, there are different price range. There are those that can come in at 25,000 a year. There are those that come in at 500,000 a year. So you need to look at their plan and see those who have adequate cover for kidney problems, up to kidney transplant or up to kidney dialysis. It may be the premium in a year may be 500,000 a year. The premium may be 1 million. It may be 300,000. But there are premiums that don't cover it, which are lower at 50, 100, 200,000. Maybe give you endemic diseases or non-endemic disease. Maybe give you eye care. Give you maybe other forms of care. Even give you exercise and gym access, basically. So there's so many you can do.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Due to time, I'm not going to open the phone line because I'm sure calls will be many. And I'm going to allow you to write your questions at the comment section.
Yeah.
And we are going to pick a very few. Doctor,
Yeah.
somebody is asking the symptoms of a kidney concern.
Oh yes, first of all, when you're not making enough urine, it can give you can be worried. You should be making enough urine a day. So if you find out that in a day you have not been making enough urine and you have not been drinking water or you've been drinking water, then we might be thinking of kidney concern. If you feel weaky, very fatigued, very weak, prolonged weakness, okay, if you have flank pains, it can also present, if you have flank pains, if you're weak, if you feel like vomiting, nausea, and these are some of the symptoms you can have when you're not making enough urine and you go to ease yourself and you see little drops. We may be worried. That will bring you to worry if you actually have kidney problems. Okay, skin changes and all those things are not necessarily. They can be multifaceted of other medical conditions. But these are the beginning sources that tell us that something is wrong somewhere before we start checking for it.
All right, doctor.
Yes.
And again, where a lot of people are watching and some of them
Yes.
are here. If any of them is having one of these symptoms you pointed, where can they go? How can you help?
The truth of the matter is, first of all, you have to see your physician, your primary physician. Okay, go to the nearest hospital closest to you. Your primary physician, first of all, is your first point of call, which is your closest hospital close to you or close to your workplace. Your primary physician will check your signs and symptoms and make a diagnosis. If you need referral and if you need a specialist care in terms of a neurologist or any other person, nephrologist or anybody to see you, cardiologist, endocrinologist, there are so many of them to see you. They make adequate referral for you to go to the secondary facility or tertiary facility to see that specialist, whether it's in a teaching hospital or it's a private hospital. I'm not restrictive of where you get your medical treatment from, but the truth of the matter is you need to see your primary physician first and let your primary physician know you and know everything about you.
Somebody's asking, why is it more in Igbo land? Somebody says, what are we doing differently?
The truth of the matter, we don't have facts to say it's more in the Igbo land, but at the same time, maybe because we have increased populations here, or maybe because we're more hardworking and we predispose ourselves to stress. I'm sorry to say that, not that we are more hardworking, maybe because you are more hardworking and other people are also more hardworking as well. Maybe it's because of, I don't know, our diet is something we have to research on to come out to make a statement and tell you what is significant.
It has to be factual.
Yes, you have to be factual. So we wouldn't make postulations on why it's happening more here.
Doctor, you said, I'm holding on one thing, hardship. Right?
Yeah.
I did a broadcast the other day. I asked my audience, how many of you had eaten what you wanted today? Nobody was able to raise his or her hand. It means that people were eating out of their way, what you can afford, not actually what your body needed or what you desire at that moment. So, doctor, thank you very much. Before you go, they say they want to know you.
Yes,
they want
it's
to
my
know
pleasure.
you very well, who you are. They say you are handsome.
I've been reading
you need
the
to tell
chats
them you are married. Yeah, I'm not going to allow you to put your phone number there.
Thank
You
you
can
so
put your
much.
email.
Thank you so
So
much.
anybody who is serious for
Yes, my email is chukaobieno@gmail.com. You can email me and I'll lead you through. I'll guide you. You can contact me any
again.
chukaobieno
chikaobieno@gmail.com.
at gmail.com. Chuka is a CUKAOBIENU. You can also chat me up on Instagram. On my Instagram handle is Chuka Obienu. Just Chuka Obienu. No hyphen, no underscore. You chat me up on Instagram. I'll give you your medical advice and tell you what to do, even how to get your health insurance, get you the best health insurance packages and plans. I can also assist you to get your first primary hospital for you and recommend the closest hospital close to you should you need it wherever you are in Nigeria, wherever you are in Africa.
Doctor,
So,
before you go, I'm sure a lot of people, I'm old already, a lot of young people want to be like you. A young man who is in fact, you are excellent. But a lot of doctors are good, but they can't do lecture. A lot of young people there would like to be like you. Where did you study? How did you start?
Okay. I'm Dr. Chuka Obieno. I schooled in Federal Government College Enugu. Then I proceeded to Abia State University, where I got my medical degree. I proceeded to UNTH, University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital, where I did my house job and also did my residency program in public health. And it's been a wonderful progress since then, multifacting into all the preventive healthcare and telemedicine and health insurance, and looking into how we can provide more medical access to the people of Africa and people of Nigeria.
Again, where are you from?
I'm from Anambra, Nnewi precisely.
Anambra men, premium
Yes.
men, and
So it's
Nnewi,
my
home of
pleasure.
great people.
It's my pleasure to meet you.
Sunday I can deliver the cocoa. All of them, Dozie Ekedife.
Yeah.
And of course, Ibeto.
Yeah,
Ibeto,
Ibeto, Toscari.
Mwagwata here motors as well.
Yes,
from,
Capital
Nnewi,
Oil.
Capital Oil.
Roban Stores.
Roban,
Anthony,
Nnewi.
Nnewi.
So if you are looking for a man, tell them that you are married, because the women, I'm going to be attacked in the end. Tell them to look off, please.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. His email address is chukaobieno@gmail.com, and same on Instagram, chukaobieno. Just go to Instagram and type Chuka Obieno. No comma, no recom, no hyphen. Nothing, just Chuka Obieno on Instagram. And you are going to have him there. So thank you very, very much. And thanks to Doctor. You know what it means to bring a doctor, a consultant to come and address the public. You pay 1 million or so. We called him and said, Doctor, our people need a savior. Our people need a redeemer. Our people need to be knowledgeable concerning a kidney. Because if you have kidney issue, you are looking at 20 million up, and it still doesn't tell the whole story. It still doesn't put you safe. You could still die of it. So, thank you very much, Dr. Chuka Obieno. Dr. Chuka Obieno. His name on Instagram is Chuka Obieno. And of course, his email address is chukaobieno@gmail.com. So thank you very much. And he promised to take you through, to give you all the professional assistance you may need, you should need to be safe and not fall victim of kidney. It's becoming common. It's a norm. And a lot of us should also consider going to hospital even when they are fine. I've lived in the Western world. People go to hospital when they are not even feeling anything because they want to be sure. And doctor said if it was stage 1 or 2, you can be fine. But when it's stage 3, it goes out of it. So that is why you check yourself on time. It's very important. I'm going to leave you with an incredible song by Reverend Okwe from Abia State. It's a touching song. So you put yourself in very good position. Dissect, analyze, criticize, add together all that doctor said and advise people nearby. Can comprehend unless you bring them or call them and put it to a layman's language. That is why some of us went to school. So you can guide those you are better than. Doctor is highly educated and no one day you know Anambra men are premium. Ask me on church. So yeah, the Bachuku Dr. Chuka Obieno on Instagram, Chuka Obieno. Email is chukaobieno@gmail.com. Thank you very much. And write at the comment section, where are you watching from? Those in Cincinnati, Ohio, those in Sacramento, California, those in Oakland, California, those in LA, California, those in Costa Mesa, California, those watching from San Francisco, California, those in San Diego, California, those in Tallahassee, Florida, those of us in Miami, Florida, those in Nevada, the US state of Nevada, where you have Las Vegas, those of us watching from Tennessee, where you have Nashville, Tennessee, those of us in Canada, those in Toronto, those in Ottawa, and of course those in Halifax, those in Quebec, those of us watching from Vancouver, Canada, those in Canberra, Australia, those in Adelaide, Australia, those in Perth, Australia, those in Sydney, Australia, those in Yverdon, Switzerland, those in Wittenton, Switzerland, those watching from Lausanne, Switzerland, those of us watching from Bern, Switzerland, those in Basel, those of us watching from Cologne, Germany, Allen, Germany, Aachen, Germany, those in German Manhattan, Frankfurt, those of us in Bremen, those in Berlin, those watching from Bochum, and of course those watching from Wiesbaden in Germany, those in Kaiserslautern, Cologne, Darmstadt, Ingolstadt, Stuttgart, wherever you're watching from Amuago, Kulo, Randibo. Thank you for joining and God bless.
Odogwu nọ n'elu ọgọdọ ya na-akpụ n'ala dike n'agha ọgbachiri igwe kpọ ya nkụ.
See you soon, everybody. Thank you very much.
Ụkwụ ndị ngwọrọ.
What about doing? Why are you not married tonight at 10:30 p.m.? If all of us are going to put approval, I'm going to do why are you not married tonight. It's a very interesting segment, and the testimonies are too much to tell. They are too much. A lot of you picked your wife here, your husband, your fiancé, and later of you come to say, Okulora, it happened due to your unending support and effort. Some of you now, the girl, she's going to be in Switzerland by February. She saw one man here. The man doesn't have a profile picture. She decided to try her luck. And before you know it, boom. A lot of you. Get message, send the alumego come where fuel. Mana Chineke na afu, okwu ekwu na nzuzo, agba ama na nzuzo. You know, I didn't make paper, man. When Kebe Messi, no okwu that they'll still come to Okulo or Randibo. That is to tell you that my position is very, very strong. But I wish you well. And I pray you continue to find your partner, your business associates, and of course, mates, partners. Whatever you want from the comment section that is not of bad or evil, may you continue to see that. Thank you very, very much, and continue to write where you are watching from.
Anya na-ele ụwa